Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, and today we're stepping into a moment in history where a simple 5-cent coin carries the weight of a nation rebuilding after war. A coin that looks modest, feels ordinary, yet holds layers of rarity, artistry, and collector intrigue that can turn a small piece of metal into a highly sought-after treasure. And if you've ever overlooked a 1948 Jefferson nickel, this is the moment that might completely change how you see it. The year 1948 marked a turning point in American history. World War II had ended just a few years earlier, and the United States was transitioning into a new era of economic growth and industrial strength. During the war, nickels were made using a special silver alloy to conserve nickel metal for military use. But by 1946, the composition returned to its traditional blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel. By 1948, the Jefferson nickel had fully resumed its standard form, yet the coins of this period still carry the subtle legacy of wartime production challenges and post-war recovery. The 1948 Jefferson nickel was produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Unlike later coins, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark, so coins without a mint mark originate from there. The Denver coins carry a small D mint mark, while San Francisco coins feature an S. Each of these variations plays a unique role in the overall value and rarity of the 1948 nickel, and understanding the differences between them is essential for any serious collector. Starting with mintage, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 89 million nickels in 1948, making it the most common of the 3. The Denver Mint produced around 44 million, while the San Francisco Mint struck roughly 11 million coins, making the 1948 the lowest mintage of the group. On the surface, this might suggest that the San Francisco coin is the rarest, but as with many coins in the Jefferson Nickel series, mintage alone does not tell the full story. The design of the 1948 Jefferson Nickel remains consistent with the original concept introduced in 1938 by Felix Schlag. On the obverse, we see the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, rendered with a calm and dignified expression. The inscription, "In God We Trust," appears along the left edge, while Liberty and the date 1948 are positioned to the right, separated by a star. The design is clean and balanced, reflecting a classical style that emphasizes clarity over ornamentation. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's historic estate in Virginia. The building is depicted with symmetry and precision, its dome centered and its columns aligned. Above Monticello is the inscription E Pluribus Unum, and below are the words United States of America and 5 cents. This reverse design, while seemingly simple, contains one of the most important features for collectors: the steps leading up to Monticello. These steps are the focal point for determining high-end value in the 1948 Jefferson Nickel. Known as the full steps designation, this feature refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps at the base of Monticello. In most coins, these steps appear weak, worn, or blended together due to limitations in the minting process. However, in rare cases, the steps are fully struck, showing distinct and uninterrupted lines. These coins are highly prized and can command significant premiums. The challenge with the 1948 nickels lies in the quality of the strike. During this period, the dies used in production often wore down quickly, and the pressure used to strike the coins was not always sufficient to bring out the finest details. As a result, sharply struck coins with full steps are extremely difficult to find, especially in higher mint state grades. Now let's explore the value spectrum, because this is where the 1948 Jefferson Nickel reveals its true potential. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth between 10 cents and a few dollars, depending on their level of wear. The 1948 with its lower mintage, typically commands a slightly higher price even in worn condition. As we move into uncirculated grades, the value begins to increase more noticeably. Coins graded MS63 to MS65 can range from around $10 to $50, depending on the mint mark and overall quality. The 1948 often leads the group in value due to its relative scarcity. In higher grades such as MS66 and MS67, the prices climb significantly. At these levels, collectors are looking for coins with strong luster, minimal contact marks, and excellent eye appeal. A 1948 nickel in MS-67 condition can sell for several $100s, with the San Francisco issue often reaching even higher prices. But the true pinnacle of value comes with full steps examples. A 1948 Jefferson Nickel with full steps in a high mint state grade is an exceptional rarity. These coins are scarce across all three mints, but particularly so for the 1948s. When such a coin appears at auction, it can command prices in the thousands, reflecting both its rarity and the intense demand from collectors. The difference in value between a standard uncirculated coin and one with full steps can be dramatic. A coin worth $50 without full steps could be worth several thousand with them, depending on the grade. This makes the search for full steps examples one of the most exciting aspects of collecting Jefferson nickels. In addition to strike quality, errors also contribute to the appeal of the 1948 Jefferson Nickel. While not as widely known for dramatic errors as some other years, the 1948 issues still offer a range of interesting varieties that attract collectors. One of the most notable is the re-punched mint mark, particularly on the 1948 D and 1948 S coins. This occurs when the mint mark is struck more than once in slightly different positions, resulting in a visible doubling effect. These varieties can be subtle, but when clearly defined, they add both interest and value. Another type of error is the doubled die, where elements of the design appear duplicated due to misalignment during the die creation process. On the 1948 nickel, this doubling is often seen in the lettering, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. While not extremely common, these errors are highly collectible when present. Die cracks and cuds are also found on some 1948 nickels. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface and are caused by damage to the die. Larger and more dramatic examples can be particularly appealing to collectors who specialize in error coins. Off-center strikes, while rare for this year, can also occur. These coins were struck with the planchet misaligned, resulting in a portion of the design being missing. The value of such errors depends on the degree of the misalignment and the visibility of the date. Collector interest in the 1948 Jefferson Nickel is driven by a combination of historical significance, design consistency, and the challenge of finding high-quality examples. This coin represents a period of stability and growth in American coinage, yet it also reflects the limitations of mid-20th century minting technology. For collectors building a complete Jefferson Nickel set, the 1948 issues present an important milestone. The inclusion of 3 different mint marks adds variety, while the pursuit of full steps examples adds a layer of difficulty that keeps the series engaging. The role of grading services is particularly important for this coin. Professional grading by organizations such as PCGS and NGC provides authentication and assigns a grade that significantly impacts value. At higher levels, even a single point difference in grade can result in a substantial change in price. Eye appeal also plays a critical role. Coins with bright, original luster and minimal marks are more desirable, and attractive toning can further enhance their value. Collectors often seek coins that stand out visually, even among others of the same grade. If you are searching for a valuable 1948 Jefferson Nickel, there are several key factors to consider. Start by identifying the mint mark, as this will influence the coin's rarity and baseline value. Next, examine the overall condition, looking for signs of wear or damage. Pay close attention to the steps on Monticello. Use magnification to determine whether they are fully defined and uninterrupted. This is the most important factor in identifying a high-value example. Check for errors, including re-punched mint marks, doubled dies, and unusual surface features. These can add significant value and make your coin stand out. Finally, consider professional grading if you believe your coin may be of high quality. Certification not only confirms its authenticity and condition, but also increases its appeal to potential buyers. The 1948 Jefferson Nickel is a coin that rewards mnemania to detail and a deep appreciation for craftsmanship. It is a reminder that even in an era of mass production, excellence was possible, and those rare examples that achieved it continue to captivate collectors today. In the end, this coin is more than just a piece of currency. It is a snapshot of a nation in transition, a testament to the artistry of coin design, and a challenge to collectors who seek perfection in the smallest of details. Because sometimes, The difference between an ordinary nickel and an extraordinary treasure is not how many were made, but how perfectly they were struck, and the 1948 Jefferson Nickel stands as one of the finest examples of that truth in all of numismatics.